Hey, welcome back. This is going to be a little bit different video today. Right now I'm in my shed. So yesterday I went crappie fishing actually, and I didn't catch a lot of crappie. I ended up catching white bass. As I fish with different people and talking, a lot of people don't like white bass. I do not understand that. So I have got them filleted. I'm going to show you guys how I clean them. So another reason why we're doing this video this way was one of my cameras, the one with the microphone on it, didn't work for whatever reason. So I got some fish catches with horrible audio. So anyway, we'll mix in a few fish catches while I'm cleaning these or getting these fish ready to fry, and then I'll show you how I fry and how I make my breading. So after you fillet a white bass, you end up with, see if you can see that, all that red meat. You do not want to eat that red meat. So I'm going to take my time, trim off all that red, where you just end up with a fillet that looks white like that. I'll even get that little bit out of there. What you end up with is very good. So I just start right there. If you kind of angle your knife up, you don't get a very thick, it's just that all that junk. You don't get a lot of good meat in there. So once you get started, kind of angle your knife up. Have your knife sharp. That's going to help a lot. Get it all off. I don't know what it is, but it is no good. So then I make a little V right here and a V right here, and then that whole little piece right there will pull. That'll pull right out. And I'm going to go ahead and get that little bit right there. And there's still a little bit on that edge right there, so I'm just going to slice off that little bit. And on this piece here, you still got some of the red right there. So get it all off. And I do go ahead and cut mine in 4 pieces. I just like them to, so that's what you're left with, just nothing but good eating. Actually, it's delicious. So I'm going to trim up the rest. While I'm doing that, you guys can watch a couple of these white bass getting caught. But just so you know, right now the audio is not good. But anyway, enjoy. We'll be back. Fish on! That didn't take long. Oh my! Oh! I don't know if he's a big one, but he thinks he is. I just got 4-pound test line on. This water's so clear, I changed it up this morning. This might be one of them spotted bass. I haven't seen it yet. No, it's a white bass. It's a freebie. That's why he pulled so hard. He's a white bass. We eat these too. But that's a good sign. Tiny jig, white bass. Third, crap, I didn't open the live well. Third cast of the day. Fish on. Alright, so now what we got to decide was, did that jig make a difference? Don't know. A lot of fish down there. We'll have to throw the tiny jig next and see if that matters. So that was on the little bitty wiggler. Nice little 10 and 10 and a half fish. Alright, now let's throw, there's a lot of fish down there. A big bass down there. So let's throw that one, see if that matters. I don't think it's the color so much as the size. Alright, they're going to see it. Fish on. So it's got to be the profile of the bait. This is a baby fish, but it's got to be the, just has such a smaller, the color's the same, but that size. Bigger is not always better. She never said that. Let's see, that's 2 in a row with the little blue wiggler. There is fish from 2 feet under the boat to 25 feet under the boat. Fish on. Not very big again, but this little blue one is getting the job done. He's just a little feller. Hey, we need some bigger ones. Maybe that's why them fish aren't biting that little bit bigger bait, because they ain't very big. Alright, I'm back. Hopefully you enjoyed them watching me catch some of them white bass. So I got all the fish cleaned, all the red off. There might be a speck or two here or there, but there's not much. And then that pile of disgust is what I got cut off. So that in this bowl is roughly 2 cups of cornmeal. Try to get that where you don't get dizzy. And then in that plate is roughly a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of salt, pepper, and cayenne pepper. That's all I fry my fish in. And I actually told my buddy I was getting ready to fry white bass, and look who's here. He's coming to eat some white bass. So they are good if you get that red off. So just dump all that in there. And then what I do is I've cooked lots and lots of fish, but I've never get that mix right the first time. So I get it all shook up real good. Put your fingers in there. That grease is 350. It'll get rid of it. But I just fry one piece. And I use a bowl with a lid on it. You don't need no fancy bread or anything. Then I fry one piece. And then I give it a little taste test. Then I add to or take away whatever I do after I do that. So go back to watching me catch a couple white bass. We'll be back in a minute. That's a 64th ounce little white jig. I ain't even sure I can cast it. There's a lot of fish right there. Well, now that can't be a coincidence. First cast, I don't think that's a crappie though, I think that's a bass. Or a white bass. Anyway, can that be a coincidence? That's another white bass. First cast with a little white hair jig, we'll catch a fish. Get in here, you big thing. I don't know. We'll find out. We're going to throw it again. But it fell so much slower. We might give him a manicure here in a second. Or a manscape, manscape. Scoop them all. A couple of them scoops. Fish on! That's a crappie. Oh, it's another white bass. It's a white bass. It might have to be a white bass show today. Nice white bass. Little white jig. 64th ounce jig. I think that's our, well, you're slimy. I think that's our 4th white bass. Well, my wife's going to be happy. That's her favorite fish. 4:16. We don't have much time. That is another white bass. And he just flew up there and whammied it. Man, they fight. I like the sound of that line. Well, those are nice white bass. Hey, baby. I'm bringing you white bass home for supper. You there? Alright, so Rex is about to try the first piece. See what he's going to give me, thumbs up or thumbs down. It's taking him too long to say it doesn't taste good, so it must taste good. Do we need anything?
Let me try another piece.
Alright, he's trying another piece. So I'm guessing we don't need anything. We're good to go.
It's got plenty of salt. It could use just a tad more cayenne.
A little more cayenne. So we're going to put a little more cayenne in our breading. Fry the rest of the fish, and then I'll show them all to you when we're done. Don't go nowhere. All right, we whipped past. There he bit it. There he bit it. That acts like a crappie too. It is a crappie. So we got us a Kenny jig, little blue one, chartreuse head, little black crappie. We got a whole bunch more down there. There's some more. Fish on! Crappie on! Oh, that must be another white bass. That ain't a white bass, it's a big old crappie. I'll tell you, that's a white bass. He's a fighter. Oh, that's a big old white bass. Baby, Nadine, my wife, is going to be so happy with me today. Look what I got you, another one. Big one. White bass for supper. She's going to be happy. You know what I mean when your wife's happy. You know, honey on the biscuit. They do not, if those, the majority of those are crappie, and they didn't want anything to do. That's a white bass. Whoa! That was a crappie. Come up there. Got that like you meant it. Unfortunately, and this happens every now and then, he's got a serious disease. His head is too close to his tail. But he bit it like a minute. Good sign. Maybe, I don't know if it's a good sign. Sounds like it would be a good sign. Fish on. 2 in a row. Did the crappie start biting? I don't know. Oh, that's a baby white bass. That's a baby white bass. Thank you for playing, buddy, but you are not quite big enough to go home. And I see one out there that is, just sitting there waiting to be caught. So I got the rest of them in my breading, added a little cayenne like the taste tester said. Grease is, I think you can see that. It is $3.50. So we're going to go ahead and fill up the fryer, fry the rest of those. Be right back. Need a couple more white bass. 2 more. There's a crappie. There's a crappie. Oh, you're big enough. Are you big enough? He's not big enough, but he played fun. There's one out. This is the last cast. Well, he ain't very big, but we caught a fish on our last cast. White bass, I think. Yep. That's what's wanting to bite. Hey, thanks for watching. This day didn't turn out anything like I thought it would. It's mist and rain, no wind. I thought the fish would bite. They did not. There's fish everywhere. You know, just because you could see them on live scope does not mean you're going to catch them. So today they didn't want to bite. We tried 4 or 5 different colors. We tried some tiny jigs. We tried some white jigs. We tried some little wigglers. It didn't matter. I think we got 6 white bass and 4 crappie. So we got enough for supper, and my wife loves white bass. So it's a good day for me.
So you can't have fish without a good white wine.
That's right.
And this is not a top shelf, but it's a very good everyday
How do you say it?
dinner wine.
Riesling?
Riesling.
Riesling. So we're going to have...
Schmitzsong.
Say it again.
Schmitzsong.
Schmitzsong Riesling.
German for the sons of Schmidt.
How many sons does Schmidt have?
I have no idea.
He had more than one because there's an S on it. So anyway, they're going to enjoy a little bit of wine with their fish. They haven't tasted the final product yet.
Oh,
so.
I have.
Actually, that's not true. They're eating it right
I've
now.
been sitting here sneaking it while you guys have been talking about wine.
Stop sneaking it. We got pie.
Pie. No, I always snuck some of that too.
We have
Yeah,
patent and oatmeal raisin cookies.
I had some of that too.
And we have Perfection white bass.
That fish is so good.
We got, oh, Rex has got. Rex is going to have his after I perfect him up.
I've got to have a.
Yeah, spill your wine. I'm eating fish.
All right.
All right.
Let's watch these
People don't realize how good white bass is when you cut that red off. Oh, it is so
They've seen
good.
all that crap I cut off. So.
It's so good.
Good, isn't it?
It's the texture. It is so flaky and white.
Show them how white and flaky it is.
Well, there's a red there. See it?
Yeah.
And it goes right in my mouth.
Like
So
that.
good.
It's good. So anyway, cut that red crap off. I don't know what the red crap's called, but cut that off. Get it all. Don't leave any. If you leave any on there, it's not good. And your people you fry fish for will be smiling like these guys.
You can't buy fish that's good
Absolutely.
anywhere.
No. Hey, thanks for watching. More to come. Don't go nowhere. See you soon. Bye.